Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Dr. Fariha Salim, and today we are going to perform determination of total leukocyte count. This is termed as TLC. Okay, so first of all, we will focus on the apparatus. The apparatus of this experiment includes Newbor's chamber, WBC pipette. Okay, the difference between WBC pipette and RBC pipette is the red bead inside this bulb. इसको ओपन कर दें. Okay, as you can see, there is a white bead inside this bulb, and the mouthpiece is also white in color, and the markings are 1, 0.5 and 11. Okay, we have pricking needle, spirit swab, cover slip, cover slip, and dilution fluid, Turk's fluid. Okay, so we are basically going to count the number of WBCs in Newbor's chamber. Okay, so there are two types of method to determine TLC. The first one is electronic counting method, and the second one is visual method. Today we are going to perform the visual method. Okay, let's come back to WBC diluting fluid. This is also called as Turk's fluid. You may come across short question in your Viva, so you have to learn the composition of this fluid. It is junction violet 1%, glacial acetic acid, and distilled water. Okay, now we'll move to principle of this experiment. The diluted specimen of blood with stained WBCs is loaded to the hemocytometer. Okay, and the cellular elements are counted. The product of the number of cells calculated per cubic millimeter diluted blood and the diluted factor gives the number of cells per millimeter cubic in undiluted blood. In brief, white blood cells are counted in the diluted blood, and actual count is calculated by multiplying it by the dilution factor. Okay, I hope through the calculations you will be able to understand it much better. Okay, let's move to calculations. First of all, we will take 64 small size square containing the cells, that is number X. Okay, to understand that, let's come back to the Newbor's chamber. Okay, if you can recall the Newbor's chamber from your previous experiments, you can see that there are total 9 boxes in this one big square. We will divide these one big square into 9 equal size boxes, and further the outer size boxes are further divided into total 16 boxes, 4 on this side and 4 on this side. Okay, so you can see that on the WBC section there are total 16 boxes. In the same way over here, and all the corner boxes. The middle ones, these are for the RBC count, and we are not going to focus on this one because we are going to count the WBCs only. Okay, so if we count the total number of boxes in these 4 boxes, these are 64 because one box has 16 squares, and if we multiply 16 by 4, it is equal to 64. Now let's come back to the calculations. 64 small size square contain cells X. So the one small size square contain X cells is equal to X divided by 64. This is unitary method, you've already read about it. So the size of one small square is equal to 1 by 4 millimeter. If the size of one small square is 1 by 4 millimeter, then the area would be 1 by 4 into 1 by 4, that is equal to 1 by 16 millimeter square. Don't forget about the unit of this. Okay, now come back to the volume of one small square. It is equal to 1 by 4 into 1 by 4 into 1 by 10. This 1 by 10 is basically the depth of your Newbor's chamber. So when we multiply this length, width in depth, it is equal to 1 by 160 millimeter cubic. Okay, so the volume of 1 by 160 millimeter cubic would contain X divided by 64 cells, and volume of millimeter cubic contains X by 64 into 160. This 160 is basically this one. So this would give the value of 10x divided by 4, and since we know that the dilution factor was 20, so we will multiply this by 20, and the answer would be 50x. So whatever you count, the number of cells, you will have to multiply with 50, and that would be your total number of WBCs in undiluted blood.
Let us now begin with the procedure. First of all, take 3 to 5 ml of Turk's fluid in a watch glass. Clean your finger, preferably ring finger of your left hand, with a spirit swab. Wait for the spirit to dry and do not blow on it. Now prick your ring finger with a lancet. Wipe off the first drop of blood. Suck next drop of blood in the WBC pipette exactly up to the mark of 0.5 gradation. Take care that there should be no air bubble. Fill it up to the 0.5 mark. Wipe off the blood from the pipette. Now suck the Turk's fluid in the pipette up to the mark of 11. Now hold the pipette between your palms and mix the blood with diluting the fluid by rolling it gently. Do this for 30 to 45 seconds. Now focus the Newbar's chamber under low power. This is how the boxes will appear under the microscope. Now place a cover slip over the Newbar's chamber. Before charging the Newbar's chamber, discard a few drops from the WBC pipette. Now to charge the Newbar's chamber, place the WBC pipette at an angle of 45 degrees. The blood will move under the cover slip with capillary action. Now wait for a few minutes for the WBCs to settle down. Now place the charged Newbar's chamber under the microscope and steady it under low power. This is how the WBCs will appear under low power. You can see the WBCs over here. This is a WBC, this is a WBC, over here, this, all of these are WBCs. Now you have to count them in all the large squares using the Thomas rule. The Thomas rule states that leave lower left. You do not count the WBCs which lie on the lower line and on the left margin, because these will be counted in the next box. Suppose in this box, do not count this WBC, as this WBC will be included in this box. Another example is here. In this box, Do not count these WBCs lying on the left line, as these WBCs will be included in this box. Thomas rule helps you in accurate calculation of WBCs, so there is no duplication of count. Now count all the WBCs in 4 squares at the 4 corners of the Newbar chamber.